Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of GWA Supercharged. I am Joe Davis. We're coming to you live from Portland, Oregon. Thank you so much for joining us. It appears we're going to be joined by a man who made his return to Global Wrestling Alliance just last week. A man that we found out is apparently the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship of the world. I'm talking about this man, the Blueprint, Owen Gerald Sexton.
Making his way to the ring from West Palm Beach, Florida, weighing in at 266 pounds, the Blueprint, Owen Gerald Sexton.
Owen Gerald Sexton made his return last week, and he had plenty of things to say about his departure, about his return, about the former management here in GWA, about the current management even, and his current situation as he finds himself upon his return as the #1 contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship, currently held by prime-time Charles Thompson. We heard from Charles Thompson at the end of the show last week, which I'm going to guess is going to prompt this response here from Owen Gerald Sexton, a man who always has plenty of things to say. Let's send it out of the ring. Let's listen in. Well, Sexton with plenty to say, as always, but later on tonight we will have tag team action as the Iiconics take on Vicious and Delicious. We'll also have Eddie Sheffield, one half of the Varsity Club, going up against Justin Reed, the Lightning Kid. We will also have the Women's World Champion in action, the superstar Halie Nolan, as she takes on one of her biggest rivals, Whitney Duncan. But coming up first in our opening bout, the World Tag Team Champions, the Pitbulls, will square off with the Viking Raiders.
is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 544 pounds, the Global Wrestling Alliance World Tag Team Champions, the Pitbulls.
Luther and Mahler Isaac, the Pitbulls, the World Tag Team Champions, two of the roughest and toughest individuals you'll ever meet. And they stand on top of the tag team mountain here in Global Wrestling Alliance. There's ever a team that can match the Pitbulls in roughness and toughness, it's these two men, Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. The Raiders, a little over a week ago at Power Struggle, attempted to become the World Tag Team Champions, came up just short. And speaking of the World Tag Team titles, we also know now who the number one contenders for the World Tag Team titles are. That is High Energy, after they won a number one contenders match just last week here on Supercharged. But the Pitbulls, they have to put High Energy out of their minds for now, because they have the Raiders to deal with, the Viking Raiders. It looks like we're going to have Luther, Isaac, and Eric starting things off for their respective teams. The bell sounds, we're underway. Shin kick by Luther, chop. And a shot that Eric just shrugs off. And Eric of the Viking Raiders scoops him up, drops him down, hangs him up like last week's wash. A tag, and in comes Big Ivar. Stiff kicked, and Luther shrugs that off. And with a elbow strike, forearm smash, a tag, and in comes Mahler. And Mahler Isaac now, what a right hand, what a shot. All four of these men can throw hands with the best of them. Neither one of these guys you would want to meet in a bar or a back alley. Be a bad time. Cover here for Mahler. Not even a one. Ivar kicks out immediately, back up to his feet, catches him with the DDT, spikes him. Tag, and in comes Eric, and since he's right there, tag, and in comes Luther. We're back to square one. Forearm shot, and that one puts Eric on wobbly legs, and look at the deadlift into the power bomb. Cover, 1, 2, and a long 2 count for Luther Isaac. Knee strike right to the side of the head. Eric of the Viking Raiders is reeling. He gets sent to the corner. And face first into the corner now, into the top turnbuckle, driving the shoulder into the midsection. And he's going to pull him out the hard way into the cover. 1, 2. Right shoulder up for Eric. Breaks up the count. Knee strike to the side of the head. And Eric now trying to get back in this thing, or at least give himself enough time to get a cover. There was a gut-wrench powerbomb. Buries the right hand right into the breadbasket. And up. Down! Powerbomb with authority. And wait a second. Right there next to his partner, to his brother, tag, and in comes Mauler Isaac, and the DDT is going to stop the momentum of Eric in its tracks. Mauler Isaac pounding away. A stiff kick right to the spine. And now here comes Eric once again. Eric in control of Mauler, sending him to the buckle. Now driving the shoulder into the Gertz and across. And a knee strike catches him flush right on the chin. 1, 2, no. So very close for a victory over the World Tag Team Champions. Ivar now in, driving all the way right into the kidneys, spine area. And wraps him up into the bow and arrow stretch. Is Mauler gonna give it up? Mauler crying out in pain. You don't hear that very often. And reversal and then into a cover and immediately kicked out did Ivar. And again, right there into his corner, tag, and in comes Luther. Kick is blocked. Luther now firing away on Ivar. Catches him flush with that forearm shot. And now Luther Isaac in control of Ivar. Sends him to the buckle. And he's going to bring him out. Sends him to the far side. And the shoulder block taking Ivar right out of his boots. Here's another tag, and in comes Mauler. Ivar is completely out of it. Now against the ropes, sending him for the right. No reversal. Runs right through the clothesline, and another shoulder tackle. Sending Ivar all the way to the other side of the ring. And Ivar now in the corner. Tag. And double team. Against the ropes and squishes the head of Ivar between the two muscly bodies of the Pitbulls. And Luther went to take out Eric. And now Eric's really going to pay for it. I think that's a mistake. I feel like Luther Isaac should have went for the cover on Ivar. Ivar is now back to his feet. Went for the spinning heel kick. Didn't connect. Luther now with a top wrist lock. And Ivar battling back and battling out of the hold. Kick blocked. And Luther against the ropes. Caught him with a spear. Cover. 1, 2. That's it. The Pitbulls victorious. Look at this. Blocks the kick against the ropes. It hits him full on with the spear. And that's enough to put Ivar away. A victory for the World's Tag Team Champions. The Pitbulls currently on a roll. Oh, wait a second. Well, there are the #1 contenders. Derek Wright and Willie Jones, high energy. The tension between these two teams building, and it's all over the World Tag Team titles. Well, Jennifer Ramel is standing by backstage. Well, Don Holmes, another man that always has plenty to say. Coming up next, the Women's World Champion, Halie Nolan, squares off with Whitney Duncan.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Hollywood, California, the Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Champion, the Superstar, Halie Nolan.
The GWA Women's World Champion, the Superstar, Halie Nolan, set for one-on-one action against a woman that tried to dethrone her just a little over a week ago at Power Struggle, one of her biggest rivals. Talking about Whitney Duncan, and this may be a non-title match, but it would be sweet revenge for Whitney Duncan regardless to pin Halie Nolan's shoulders to the mat here tonight. And here she comes.
And from Portland, Oregon, Whitney Duncan.
The hometown girl, Whitney Duncan, here in front of friends and family here in Portland. And a big matchup for her right here against the Women's World Champion. A victory here would go a long way to moving Whitney Duncan back up the ranks for another shot at the Women's World Championship, currently held by Halie Nolan. And Duncan would love nothing more than to take the Women's World Championship from Halie Nolan. Well, Nolan and Duncan both set for action. The official rings the bell, and Nolan right out of the gate with the Meteora cover. One. And a one that time, trying to catch Whitney Duncan off guard. Maybe trying to end this thing early. Insigiri right to the back of the head. Went for the flying elbow, didn't connect. And Duncan now sending Nolan to the ropes. Nolan holds on. Duncan now hooks her up. Perfectly executed fisherman suplex. And now Duncan with a forearm shot. Nolan crumples to the mat. And Whitney Duncan pouring on the punishment here. And over the top rope, and the whiplash, and right down to the floor went Halie Nolan, and Duncan not wasting any time, going right out after her. Stomping away at the hand. And a stiff kick right to the spine, and Nolan back to her feet. And going for a power bomb on the outside. But a couple of right hands is going to break that up, and Nolan sending Duncan right into the steps. And what a turn of events. Just like that, Halie Nolan now in control. The official is up to 5, and Duncan head first into the steel guardrail. Now, Duncan trying to break out of the grasp of Halie Nolan. The official is up to 7. Nolan back in the ring. Right after Duncan sweeps the leg. Duncan didn't even have a chance to get turned around. There's a shot right to the back. Face first goes Whitney Duncan, and Nolan talking a little smack. She's another one here in GWA that has plenty to say as of late. There's a vertical suplex. And turns it around into a back suplex to follow it up. 1. And only a 1 for the superstar. Halie Nolan with another shot to the spine and one to the gut for good measure. The Women's World Champion, Halie Nolan, in control of Whitney Duncan right now here on Supercharged. Well, she was there for a moment. The duck under the clothesline, and there's a shot. Kicks the leg right out from underneath her. Turns it into a swinging neck breaker. And Halie Nolan is on fire right here tonight so far. She weathered the early storm from Whitney Duncan. And now Duncan fighting back out of the corner, drops her on the back of her head. And now look at this. Whitney Duncan looking to end it. Slam Duncan. Cover. She's got the rope break by the official. Goes for the cover again, but Nolan's right foot still under the bottom rope. Terrible, terrible luck for Whitney Duncan. She hit the slam Duncan, and that should have been all. But the cover broken up by the official twice for a rope break. Duncan staying right on top of things here. But Duncan has the Women's World Champion compromised until I say something. And now, look at this roll up. 1 and only a 1 for the champion. Right hand catches her flush on the jaw. And now Duncan with a well-placed elbow. And a block by Duncan. And Duncan now with the snapmare against the ropes and a low drop kick catches her right in the face. Duncan now has turned this thing around. She is in control. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, got it. No, didn't get her. Didn't get her. I thought that was 3. And right back up to her feet. Nolan with the kick. And now Halie Nolan wraps up the head and neck with the arm, drops her with the neck breaker. Halie Nolan hits the split-legged leg drop. 1, 2. Thanks for coming, Whitney Duncan. Right here, the Women's World Champion with a split-legged leg drop. It was enough to put Whitney Duncan away here tonight. Another big victory for the women's... Lacey Evens. The music of Lacey Evens is the #1 contender, was attacked by Nolan. And now payback for Lacey Evens. Because of the attack by Halie Nolan last week. Well, we're going to try to get that situation under control. But coming up next, it's Eddie Sheffield taking on Justin Reed.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Ryan Morris, representing the Varsity Club from Spokane, Washington, weighing in at 155 pounds, Eddie Sheffield.
Eddie Sheffield set to take on Justin Reed. It was Ryan Morris taking on Justin Reed last week. And following the matchup, we had a surprise return from Kaeva. Things got really weird. We have yet to see Kaeva here tonight, but Nonetheless, we are set for our next matchup.
And his opponent from Eugene, Oregon, weighing in at 168 pounds, Lightning Kid Justin Reed.
The Lightning Kid, Justin Reed, was victorious last week against Ryan Morris. Will he continue his winning ways right here tonight against Eddie Sheffield? Only time's going to tell. But the Lightning Kid looks like he is ready. He is prepared. He's ready to go. Eddie Sheffield, Justin Reed here on Supercharged. There's the bell and we're underway. Blocked by Reed and retaliates with a shot of his own. Reed now with a couple more shots. And Sheffield rocked against the ropes. And the drop kick catches him flush. Cover. One. Only a one this time. And that shot blocked by Sheffield. And now, well, Reed with a few well-placed elbows right into the glutes. Up and down, high elevation spine buster. Still unable to gain the victory. High impact on that maneuver, however, and Sheffield is trying to battle back. Caught by Reed. Now, Justin Reed sends Eddie Sheffield face first into the buckle. Whip to the far side. And Reed with looked like an elbow on the jaw, and now a slight distraction by Ryan Morris, and Sheffield is going to capitalize. Justin Reed took his eye off his opponent for a split second, and he's paying the price for it. Now Sheffield wrenching at the hands, the fingers. Sheffield punishing Justin Reed at this point in the matchup. He's going to go for it again. Look at this, wrenching on the fingers. Joint manipulation there by Eddie Sheffield. And Sheffield now teeing off on Justin Reed. Reed been unable to get back into the game since the distraction by Ryan Morris. Knee strike and an axe kick right to the back of the head. And now Sheffield going for the submission. Modified Cobra clutch here. And Justin Reed with an elbow, couple of them now to the face, able to break the hold. Catches Sheffield with an enziguri. And went for something else, maybe another enziguri, didn't hit it. Here's the roll up by Reed. One. Only a one. And he hit it. The super kick. He hits the, and Morris now. Morris was trying to do something with the top turnbuckle pad. He was caught by Justin Reed, and Reed now kick to the midsection, drops him with the lightning leg. Cover here. 1, 2, he got him. Well, after having to deal with Ryan Morris, Justin Reed hits Eddie Sheffield with the lightning leg. And he gets the 3 count and the victory.
Here is your winner, Lightning Kid Justin Reed.
Well, Justin Reed with another victory here on Supercharged. Whoa, wait a second. The lights have gone out yet again. Oh, no. Well, this is what happened last week. There's no lights on in here. I can't even see my hand in front of my face. And this music, this creepy music, echoing throughout the building. Well, the lights have come back on. Oh, there she is. It's Kayeva. Whoa, wait, well, the lights are back out again. What you mean darkness is coming for Justin Reed? I have no idea what the hell's going on. Well, we got lights backstage, and we got Jennifer Ramel standing by. The United States Heavyweight Champion accepts the matchup. But coming up next, it's tag team action as the Iiconics take on Vicious and Delicious.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iiconics.
The Iiconics, the #1 contenders for the GWA Women's World Tag Team titles. Currently being held by the Spitfire Warriors, the team of Saray and Io Shirai. The Iiconics won a #1 contenders match against the Dangerous Alliance last week to gain that honor. But tonight, they got a different team to worry about. The Australian duo, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iiconics, set for action right here on Supercharged. Well, here they come. It appears as though our ring announcer, the microphone is not working. Nonetheless, here come the opponents, Vicious and Delicious, the team of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. The quickness, the speed, the agility of Candice LeRae and the strength, the power of Indy Hartwell make these two ladies a formidable team here in Global Wrestling Alliance Women's Tag Team Division. And they are set for action. And here we go. Billie Kay starting things out with Indi Hartwell. We are underway. And lock up center of the ring. And Billie Kay sent to the corner. Already the power of Indi Hartwell being displayed. And Hartwell with the clothesline nearly takes Billie Kay's head off. Kay back up and went for the drop kick. Indi Hartwell had it scouted. An evasive maneuver and then the chop block. And down, but Billie Kay got the knees up. The frog splash did not connect. Hartwell, however, right back up with a short arm clothesline. Billie Kay back down. Kay now with the reversal and the drop kick. And now Billie Kay going to use that opportunity to tag in. In comes Peyton Royce. And Royce now in. Catches Hartwell with the head scissors takedown. Went for the drop kick, avoided by Indi. Spikes her with the DDT, the tag, and in comes Candice LeRae. LeRae blocks the shot. Sidewalk slam. And moonsault off the middle rope. Follows it up with a double stop, and Candice LeRae is going crazy here tonight. Went for the cover, but the feet clearly under the bottom rope. A good call by the official. Candice LeRae on fire here. Went for the Insigiri, didn't get it. And now it's Peyton Royce showing signs of life. LeRae sent headfirst into the buckle tag, and in comes Billie Kay. And double team here by the Iiconics. And after the double team, the cover, one, and only a one for Billie Kay for the Iiconics. Swinging neck breaker. Takes LeRae back down to the canvas again. Went for the double axe handle smash, but I don't think she connected. Wrapping up the arm. That's a good way to dislocate a shoulder. Billie Kay hooks her up. Stalling vertical suplex. Cover. One, two, no. Billie Kay in control of Candice LeRae. LeRae in the wrong part of town, having to fight out of the opposite corner. Another block by Billie Kay, and Kay now once again with LeRae, and LeRae goes headfirst in the turnbuckle. Here's the tag. The double team by the Iiconics. Up and over with the double back body drop. One, two, three. Not a three. Royce thought she had her. I thought she had her. Running punt right to the temple. And down across the left arm there of Candice LeRae. And LeRae has been in all kinds of trouble for the last few moments. Whip to the far side against the ropes, and there's a tackle. One, two, three. No. How much closer do you get without actually getting the three? Because that was 3 and 9.9 tenths. Tag and headfirst into the boot of Billie Kay. Slamming the back of Candice LeRae's head into the canvas. Another cover here. One, 2 and broken up by Indy Hartwell. Hartwell sent over the top into the floor. LeRae picked the legs, and look at this, the stomp. Candice LeRae stomping Billie Kay, face first of the count. 1, 2, 3, no. It's again so very, very close. Well, now Candice LeRae looking to end it. Had the modified crossface, but again a rope break called by the official. Happened so fast I didn't notice. Candice LeRae up top. Picture perfect moonsault, except Billie Kay got the knees up. The knees of Billie Kay come up, and Billie Kay couldn't capitalize, gets sent to the outside. And Candice LeRae went for it all with that moonsault. And hit Indy back over to her side and gets pulled off the apron, face first. And oh my goodness, Candice LeRae just got spiked on her head on the outside of the ring. Those mats are very thin. And now Candice LeRae is in all kinds of trouble. Big boot right to the face. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Indy Hartwell just a moment too late. Let's look at this again. Bam! A big victory for the Iconics here tonight. And wait a minute, Peyton sees someone up the ramp, it looks like. Let's get it. There it is. And there is the world's women's tag team champions, the Spitfire Warriors. And things are heating up between these two teams as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. Gavin Briggs set to square off with the United States Heavyweight Champion, Chris Mad Dog Van Diver.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Riverside, California, weighing in at 215 pounds, Gavin Briggs.
Well, Gavin Briggs making his way down to the ring for this matchup, a matchup that, judging by the look on his face during that interview with Jennifer Ramel, didn't look like he was completely ready and completely wanting this match, quite frankly. But it was a challenge made for him by his manager, Don Holmes. So it's a match that Chris Van Diver accepted, and it's one that we're going to get here in a matter of moments. Here is the GWA United States Heavyweight Champion, Chris Mad Dog Van Diver. Being driven down to the ring in this monstrous contraption by Lilith Van Diver. Chris Van Diver certainly fired up here. This is bound to be one hell of a match. This is a non-title match. I want to make that very clear. The title is not up for grabs, even though Gavin Briggs is the #1 contender. The championship match still to happen a little bit later on down the road. But the bell sounds and Briggs right out of the ring to the outside immediately. Right over to his manager, Don Holmes, and Van Diver wants to get at him in the worst way. He's being held back there by the official. Now the official starts his count, and now Van Diver goes right out after him, but Gavin Briggs is going over, and Lillis having to get out of there, or at least somewhat get away from Gavin Briggs. Briggs now back into the ring. Against the ropes and the clothesline. He suckered Chris Van Diver right into that one. And Gavin Briggs starting off things in this matchup. Briggs able to avoid the shot there by Chris Van Diver. And look at this. Briggs now with Van Diver on the shoulders and turns it into a backbreaker. Cover. That could do it right there. One. Maybe it doesn't, because it's only one. And Gavin Briggs gets his leg caught. Dragon screw by Chris Van Diver. Van Diver now stomping away at the right hand of Gavin Briggs. And picks the leg, and down goes Gavin Briggs again. It looked like it took a minute for for Chris Van Diver to get into this match, but now that he has, well, again, I got to stop about to say things, because as soon as I do, something happens and the momentum shifts. And now look at this. A very interesting suplex there by Chris Van Diver. Like a headlock suplex. And the jawbreaker by Gavin Briggs, Briggs now against the ropes and drops Van Diver with another clothesline. Gavin Briggs, middle rope, drops the elbow. That should do it right there. 1, 2, and a 2 count for Gavin Briggs. And Briggs right back out of the ring now. And he looks like he's going to maybe get some more advice from Don Holmes. He needs to focus on the match. But Van Diver right out after him, and Gavin Briggs sent right back in. Van Cutter! Gavin Briggs went to get advice from Don Holmes, and he's paying for it now. Gets sent back into the ring, gets hit with the Van Cutter. And look at this. 1, not even a 1, I don't think. Chris Van Diver was going to go for something else big, I think, after the Van Cutter, but Gavin Briggs able to get out of that predicament. And a kick that was blocked by Chris Van Diver, and Van Diver now twisting the arm like a pretzel down across the shoulder joint. And now the arm bar by Chris Van Diver's. Gavin Briggs going to give it up. He is flailing. He's trying to get out of this hold any way that he can. He's able to turn around, and a couple of shots right to the face. That's going to break the hold. Now, Gavin Briggs sending Chris Van Diver head first into the buckle. Drop kick, and looks like Chris Van Diver's been split wide open. That had to have been recent. That had to have been a shot just like that. Head first into the turnbuckle. That's not going to help any. And Briggs with the bulldog out of the corner. A knee strike catching Gavin Briggs right in the face. Knocked down by Van Diver. And a second. Chris Van Diver. High elevation on the drop kick. It's like he's seen his own blood And he's gone into a whole nother mode. 1, 2, no. 2 count for Chris Van Diver. And Van Diver with a block. Hooked him up in the snap suplex by Chris Van Diver. Briggs back up to his feet. Catches Van Diver with the drop kick after the forearm shots and kicked away. And now Van Cutter! Van Cutter! He hit it! It's over! 1, 2... Got him! No, he didn't get him! He didn't get him! How close was that? Well, Chris Van Diver looking to put this away here. Kick blocked by Briggs. Gavin Briggs now scratching and clawing, trying to find a way to end this match as soon as possible. And it looked like he was going to go for a Uranagi. Chris Van Diver sending Briggs to the corner. Elbow right on the jaw. And rolls him up. 1, 2, he got him. He did not get him. Gavin Briggs now pummeling away at Chris Van Diver. Briggs now wraps up the arm, crosses the legs, and drives them into the canvas. Gavin Briggs goes, he's going for, no, he's got his feet on the rope. He's got his feet on the damn rope. No, there it is. And Gavin Briggs has stolen one. Look at this. This is completely despicable. The official didn't see it. The feet on the ropes. And Gavin Briggs thinks he deserves to be a champion.
Gavin Briggs.
Well, that just simply is not right. But the official can only call what he sees. And what he saw was the 3 count for Gavin Briggs and a victory over the United States heavyweight champion. But it didn't come without controversy. I assure you, this is far from over between these two. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you join us on Sunday, November 5th from Las Vegas, Nevada, as Global Wrestling Alliance presents Score or Bust. But it looks as though we're going to be joined by the GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Prime Time, Charles Thompson. And there he is.
Making his way to the ring from Salem, Oregon, weighing in at 273 pounds, the Global Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, Prime Time, Charles Thompson.
Well, the world's heavyweight champion, I know, he's got to have something to say about what was said by Owen, Gerald, Sexton earlier tonight. Let's listen in. Well, as far as Charles Thompson's concerned, this is very personal between him and Owen Gerald Sexton. But we're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next week for another edition of GWA Supercharged.